Hello viewers. So as you can see by the title, you can really see by the title, and I wanna share with you my story. So as you so I'm a 15-year-old and I would like to share with you my struggle, my story. So as a kid, um I was always bullied, I was always judged by other kids. I never fitted in or had many friends. I was see I felt like I was just seen as less or inferior. So I used my academics to my advantage. So since preschool, I've been I've been a top learner since preschool, and I use that to my advantage so that I use that to my advantage. So that meant I needed to hit the books hard. So I hit the books hard. I'm naturally an analytical person, so I hit the books hard, and I became a top student and passed most of my subjects with distinctions so that I could be superior at something because I was inferior. It was a great feeling, you know, getting many awards and being number one, but it wasn't exactly the right motivation. Um, I mean, I worked hard on my academics to the point where I defined my worth based on my academics because 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 my high marks, my academic success was my strength. It was something that I had pride in, something I was good in, something I told myself I could be good at, and that nobody could beat me in my own game, in academics, because I had nothing to look at and to validate myself with. I was just good at school and nothing else. I was bullied and I had no friends. I did have friends, but they weren't many, they were just few. I was bullied and I had no friends. Yeah, and but I had a few. It was something I had a lot of pride in, my academics, until somebody else beat me at my own game. Beat me, like, he started becoming number one. He was a new student and he came to our school and he became number one, and I got which left me dissatisfied or unsatisfied. Yeah, dissatisfied or unsatisfied. I was angry and I started competing with this person. Let's call the person John. John, yeah, John used to be number one and I used to be number two, and I was dissatisfied. I was dissatisfied and I was angry. I was furious because somebody is just coming to my own territory where I felt like I was there, and now the person is trying to pull me down. So, and eventually I remember there was a day I was struggling with a math problem and I didn't ask for help from John. I was, I had a lot of pride. Then one day we wrote a math test and he got higher than me, and I didn't pass that test. Actually didn't pass that test. I felt so defeated. I felt like the world was ending. Like, I just felt somehow, and like I felt like I was useless and no longer capable or good at something. Felt uh, because math was my thing. Math was something that I was really good at, and I failed that test, and I just felt really down. I felt down because I put my academics, I put my academics, I tied my academics to my worth. I tied my academics to my worth, and it really was it wasn't a nice thing to do because I felt like I had no life than academics. Pause. Continue.
Yes.
Then after a long time, I started. I was down. I was really down because I was in. I had a lot of pride and I didn't want to ask for help, and I was just, yeah. So I started talking to my mom. After I started talking to my mom. I started to be more self-aware and question my motives and why I behave a certain way, and start to express how I feel and my struggles with my mom and friends. So from from then I started to build and improve certain aspects of my life. I started a new hobby. I started to play volleyball. I started to improve my friendships with my friends, my relationship with my parents and family. I started to be more vulnerable, authentic, and discover who I am outside of school. I've started to be humble and ask for help from John, and we started to being close. We started to be close friends, and I'm really proud that we've started something. So what I've learned is that it's important to balance all the aspects of your life: your hobbies, relationships, friendships, self-care, spiritual growth, self-improvement, and schoolwork. So you cannot tie your self-worth on one thing. You cannot tie yourself on one thing, but instead you have all these people in your life. You have hobbies, you have people in your life that you love. So I hope you get this message because I'm really shy and this is my first time doing this video. So I hope you got the message, and God bless you, and thank you for watching.